This is Sam from Uniondale, and you are tuning into another edition of the Sam I Analyze Show. The NBA draft is 2 days away. Kicks off a revamped NBA draft as Commissioner Adam Silver says we're going to make it a 2-day event. With that said, the New York Knicks seem to be very busy. Possibly, they're shopping Mitchell Robinson. They're tied to PG-13, Paul George. Let's analyze. Folks, this is the time of year when teams, take a flyer, see what teams are thinking, do their research on who's willing to do what. That seems to be what is going on right now at MSG. The New York Knicks, who finished second in the East, the injured Knicks, that is, had a horrible, I don't know if it was horrible, but they finished again in the second round. They went one extra game this year, losing to Indiana. And the sentiment, I don't know about you, but the sentiment to me and what I've been hearing is that everybody is like, what if? What if? What if Julius Randle didn't hurt his shoulder against Miami? What if OG Anunoby was able to finish that series against Indiana and didn't get hurt? What if Joel Embiid didn't pull that cheap move on Mitchell Robinson? What if? And a lot of players were hurt. At this point, the Knicks were almost going to your local YMCA, CYO rec league trying to get players. Or, in my case, my alma mater, the Hofstra Rec Center. Hey, you want to play? But listen, I've been watching the rumors. I kept Mitchell Robinson out of the Jimmy Butler video, the last one that I did, which you can watch. I kept him out of it because I wanted to let it marinate, analyze a little bit, and see. All right, is there anything to this? Is there anything to this? Is Mitchell Robinson gone? Is it a wrap? And I'll tell you what, I don't think so. And I know, and I've had this debate with my boys, and they're like, shout out to you, B and JB. We were talking about it, and they're like, look, Mitchell Robinson's always hurt, his contract. And I'm like, hold up a second. The contract is really not that bad. And everybody's like, what are you talking about? I get it. He got 4 years, $60 million. But really, really analyze. I'll do it for you. Mitchell Robinson signed a 4-year extension. All right. First year of the deal was 22-23. He was making $17 million, right? So he made 17 mil. This year he made 15 million, let's give or take. Let's round it up to 16, just under. But yet it's a descending contract, right? It's a descending contract. What that means is it goes lower every year. So for the final year, he's making $14,318,182. So that's about $3 million less than the first year. And the final year is only $12,954 and $12,954,546. So here's the deal. The contract is really not that bad. And I know some people, you can't tie $30 million a year between, because you're hearing that that Isaiah Hartenstein is going to re-up likely with the Knicks, which is great news. Hartenstein. Welcome back. it's not over until it's done, but that's good news. And then they're also saying that OG Anunoby, despite all the rumors, I knew there wasn't going to be an issue with Thanksgiving and Christmas dinners and all of that. I mean, between Sam Rose and Leon Rose. I mean, but again, until they signed a contract, it is what it is. But that's good news for the Knicks. But here's the deal, folks. Mitchell Robinson, for all of you, oh, he's always hurt. Well, honestly, in 6 years, all right, let's really analyze. His first year, 2018, 2019, he only missed 16 games of the 82. Then the following year, 2019, 2020, 21 games. Okay. The seasons that stuck out to me were like, whoa, and he missed 51 games in both was 2020, 2021 and 23, 24 and then in 21, 22 he missed 10 games. So it's really, if you really look at it, yeah, he missed some games. He's a big man. It happens. But it's really been 2 of the 6 years that were like, Mitch, like, come on, man. And he has had some unfortunate luck. But when he plays, he's impactful. And I'll tell you what, I started off talking about the playoffs. The Knicks, in my opinion, don't beat Philly without Mitch. They don't win their first 2 games against Indiana without Mitch. So, and contrary to what everybody believes, you can go get a center. Hartenstein is going to be paid, and he'll likely be the starter going forward. But Hartenstein can't handle Embiid. Come on now. You need the 2-headed monster of Mitchell Robinson and Hartenstein. So for all of you guys, he's always hurt. He's got to go. Pump the brakes on that, please. Mitch was out. I saw his Instagram. I think he was out on Saturday night, taking in a player or something like that. He was out. So this reminds me of last year when everybody was like, "Oh, Randall's out of here." I think the Knicks, one thing with under Leon Rose, and I think it started with Scott Perry. They do their due diligence. We're not selling the house, but we want to hear what can we get for this? Let's hear. So you're hearing they're fielding offers. They reached out to the Wizards. The Wizards, I'm like, what do the Wizards have? So first thing I looked at, the draft is coming up in 2 days. They've got the 2nd pick. So I don't know. Are they trying to, get the 2nd pick? You've always heard the Knicks like Kyle Kuzma, and I think he's a little bit of a knucklehead, so I'm good on Kyle Kuzma. But that's what you hear. Now, with Mitch, I think he could stay. I gave you the breakdown. His contract descends. It gets lower every year. So I'm good. And especially if he's going to come off the bench. You need that 2-headed monster. I think Tibbs, that's part of his defense. He likes having those guys as staples on the defense, especially to have the backs of a Jalen Brunson, Dante DiVincenzo on the perimeter. By the way, Brunson gets a bad rap as being a bad defender. I don't think so. I think he's improved. I think Brunson is a hard worker and tries to improve in all facets of the game. So I think Mitch stays, but you never know. But another thing that you're hearing now is PG-13, Paul George. If he opts into that $48.8 million on June 29th, and wow, he's going to do this after the draft. Come on, the Knicks are trying to make moves now. The Knicks would be in trying to get him. Now, the Paul George situation is real funny because here's the deal with him, right? I said in my last video, he's 34 years young. I don't want a guy who wants a payday. See, I want no parts of that. At 34, he's going to be 35 next year. And the thing with PG 13 is the Clippers did offer him a deal. The Clippers did indeed offer him a deal. Okay? They offered him a 3-year deal, very similar and comparable to what one Kawhi Leonard got, right? They offered him something very comparable to it. And what was it, like $149 million, something like that, give or take? PG 13, they were like, look, you're not even the number one. Kawhi Leonard is. We want to bring you back. So that would last them till what? 37? You know? And I'm like, I think it's fair. The Knicks last summer, you heard he wanted an extension. The Knicks, we're not going to break the bank for you. You're always hurt. But Knicks fans, how do you feel about this? I had to think about it. Paul George would be a perfect fit. Now, the trade is not, you're not sending Randall out for Paul George. I saw that. Please stop. You're not going to trade a 29-year-old Julius Randle for Paul George. It's not happening. They don't need to go get a Paul George, but it would be nice. It would be nice. You know, you have Paul George, Julius Randle, OG Anunoby, Hartenstein. Who am I missing? Hartenstein, Randle. Oh, yeah. Come on now. You know I didn't forget the MVP. You know I didn't forget the New York Knicks MVP. JB, Julius Randle. My bad. Jalen Brunson, who was actually at the Chicago Sky game watching Caitlin Clark and Reese do their thing. Here's the deal. I'll take Paul George on this team, but it depends on what it's going to cost. And like I said, he's got to opt in. If he opts into that 48.8, the Knicks will jump in and possibly trade for him. But here's the deal with PG-13. I think he might have lost some leverage. Here's why. There's a team out there. There were a handful. Again, go watch my video with talking about Jimmy Butler. That a team that really was tied to Paul George was the Philadelphia 76ers with $55+ million in free agency. They could sign him outright. But it's got quiet on that front. They're not really interested. I think they know he wants the bag. They're like, nah, we're good. And if a team like the 76ers are out of that sweepstakes, I don't think Paul George really has a play here. I think Paul George, maybe his agent, of course, his agents, or he's part of the CAA crew. I don't think they would be using the Knicks because that's like it's counterintuitive in a sense, right? I mean, Sam Rose is not going to do that. Leon is the guy who started that agency. You're not going to play games with Pops. Dad, not going to do that. Father. So, Knicks fans, I'm good with running it back. I know the Knicks are going to, pick up the contract of Bogdanovich and all. I mean, the Knicks are going to make some kind of move, but I kind of feel some kind of way about getting rid of players on this team where we didn't even let this team rock out. You know, it's kind of like that Knicks team before Pat Riley got here. I know I'm dating myself here, but it's kind of like that team before Pat Riley got here. We got rid of X-Man, we got rid of Strickland, and and all of that. I'm like, let the team rock. They should have gave the team another shot. I hope this Knicks team gets another shot. Paul George stays with the Clippers. Philly, I hope they get nobody. You're hearing that they're going to get Kyle Lowry is going to re-sign. It's going to be very interesting, but come on now. Get rid of Mitch, and the Knicks are just doing their due diligence. I don't see it. I think Tibbs, that's part of the part of the sauce. You know, Tibbs is the mastermind. He's the chef. I don't think Tibbs wants to see Mitch go. The contract is really not that serious. It really isn't. But we shall see what happens. Now it's that time. As the Subway Series looms, your boy is going to the game tomorrow. Yankees, Mets at Citi Field. Mets closer, Edwin Diaz. He was shown the exit door. He was kicked out of the game for a foreign substance. That gives him an automatic 10-game ban. I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in, folks. I'm on all social media platforms. Instagram, @SamIAnalyze. Facebook, @SamIAnalyze. The platform, formerly known as Le Twitter, @SamIAnalyze. I am now on TikTok, SamIAnalyze Sports. Gotta wait 30 days to change that, but I think I'm gonna rock with that. Please like, share, subscribe, and you see that notification bell to the right. Please click on that. That will let you know the next time I drop another video. Thanks for tuning in. And as always, à tout à l'heure.